I'm so glad that DICE put this DRS IAR under the support class. This gun, no doubt, is my favorite rifle since Battlefield 6 launched. It's called M27 IAR in real life, that US Marine has adopted between 2010 and 2011. The IAR stands for Infantry Automatic Rifle, so while it is designed to replace the bell-fed M249 SAW, but technically speaking, it doesn't really count as a LMG. And because of that, in video game language, the DSR IAR has better mobility than most other bell-fed LMG options at the cost of having a smaller magazine capacity, which fit my playstyle perfectly. And this is my build. I have the same 14.5 inches heavy barrel upper group from Brownout and the same 416D style lower from Illinois Precision Machines, the same PQ16A clone laser from Gear, and all the same accessories. And the last piece of this build is this 125 variable optic. Most real-life LPVO with variable magnification are either 1:6 or 1:8. 1:5 is a very strange number to find. The in-game 3D model and the performance of this 1:5 LPVO reminds me of the Vortex AMG 1:10 I have seen earlier this year at SHOT Show. So I've decided to go with that. And nope. The Vortex AMG 1:10's MSRP is $7,000 on their website, and the cheapest I could find is $3,999 on Euro Optic. Don't get me wrong, AMG 1:10 is an impressive optic, and that is exactly the reason why it won the UKSF contract along with the KS-1 rifle. I just don't think that price is meant for civilian market, so I have to look for something else. This is the AMG 1:10 clone made by Evolution Gear. I bought this optic for $450, that's almost 90% cheaper than the cheapest price I could find for a real AMG 1:10. So in this video, I will go over this Airsoft clone LPVO and see if this $450 clone actually worth buying. First and foremost, yes, this clone LPVO can hold zero on 223 or 556 platform. You may have seen me shooting this Son of Liberty Gunwork MK1 with this AMG 1:10 clone for quite a while now. The run count is around 800 to 1,000 rounds, and I have been shooting it on force reset mode a lot as well. I did a quick zeroing check at 25 yards with it for this video. The grouping I got is pretty clear that it's still holding zero. I will continue testing it with other platforms such as the 308 MCX Spear to further confirm its reliability. So like and subscribe for more. Now let's talk about the exterior first. From a distance, I personally cannot really tell the difference between the Evolution Gear clone and the real Vortex AMG 1:10. The overall shape, the size, the finish, and the silhouette are all very close. I bet most of you couldn't tell either from all the videos I have posted. Both LPVO has pretty smooth magnification range. I don't feel any cheap grinding or weird resistance on the Evolution Gear clone. But if you look closer, there are still some differences. The biggest complaint I have about the Evolution Gear's exterior is the brightness setting knob. On the real Vortex AMG, the brightness knob feels rock solid. No matter if it is locked or unlocked, it feels very tight and turn is very smooth and subtle. On the Evolution Gear clone, the knob feels a little loose by comparison. It still works, but it just doesn't feel as refined as the real one. The Evolution Gear knob also has a more obvious click between each brightness setting, while the Vortex feels smoother and more controlled. The battery cap design is also different, but as long as it works, I guess that should be fine. Now, let's move on to the glasses. To be honest, I was actually surprised by optical quality on the Evolution Gear clone. In terms of glass distortion, the Evolution Gear is very close to the Vortex. On both LPVOs, I can only really notice the distortion when I am aiming at something very close. Once the target is past around 10 yards, I can't really notice any obvious distortion on either optic. So as you can see, the field of view also feels pretty much the same. The eyebox on the Evolution Gear clone is noticeably smaller than the real Vortex AMG. Because of that, when I aimed through the optic, I had to get a little bit closer to get a full image, which leads to the scope housing look thicker in my field of view compared to the perfect first-person view I get from Vortex. That being said, it is not bad to the point where I feel like I have to poke my head forward or fight the optic to get a clear image. So the Evolution Gear clone is still pretty comfortable to shoot with, it is just not as perfect or as forgiving as the real Vortex. Now, the reticle is where these two optics become very different. While both of them have a 1 MOA dot in the center, the real civilian black Vortex AMG 1-10 uses the EBR9 reticle. Around the center dot, it has a transparent circle block, which you can see through and get a better visibility on target. The inner circle is around 3 MOA and the outer circle is around 5 MOA. The Evolution Gear clone does not use the same reticle. Its center circle is smaller, and instead of a transparent circle block, it uses solid black circle around the center dot. I'm not 100% sure about the exact measurement, but it looks like the inner circle is around 2 MOA and the outer circle is around 4 MOA. I didn't have a chance to look at the real contract version AMG 1-10, but it seems Evolution Gear is trying to clone the reticle design from the contract version rather than the black civilian version. Another big difference is the onboard LED illumination. The Vortex reticle is much brighter than the Evolution Gear reticle on each setting. Both optics have some light bleeding issues in low light environment, but the real Vortex AMG's reticle illumination does perform a lot better with super bright background compared to the Evolution Gear's clone. So while the Evolution Gear AMG 1-10 clone definitely cannot beat the real Vortex AMG, and yes, it has some flaws here and there, now let me remind you again, this thing is only $450. That is about 10% of the price of a real AMG 1-10. Alright, before you judge me for buying a clone LPVO, I actually sold one of my nods and bought a real Vortex AMG 1-10 just for this video. So leave a comment down below, if you were me, which one would you keep? This Gen 2 Plus Argus PVS 31 or the real Vortex AMG 1-10? Or would you rather choose to buy an Evolution Gear AMG 1-10 clone just for fun?